Everybody, let's do IXL Geometry K.1. Go to Learning, make sure you're on Math, scroll down to Geometry, and then down to K.1, SSS and SAS theorems. Okay, so I'm going to tell you the same thing that I told you in another video for this week, which is that before doing this IXL exercise, you must watch the video that I put up here in this section. I don't have it on right now at the time that I'm recording this video, but it will be up by the time you see this video. So you have to watch the video called Triangle, Congruence, and Uniqueness. Otherwise, none of this is going to make sense. All right? And, well, really, you should always watch these videos here. But I'm just telling you that, especially this week, watch the Triangle, Congruence, and Uniqueness video, because otherwise, what we do here in IXL just might not make a whole lot of sense to you. Okay, and I talked about this in another video for this week, for I believe 8th grade P16, but I'll just very quickly go over again that if we see SSS or ASA or AAS or SAS conditions, then there's only one way to make a triangle with those conditions. On the other hand, if we have AAA, meaning that the three angles of the triangle must stay the same, it would still be possible to make different triangles because we could just stretch the sides out or make them shorter. So we would be able to make different triangles that all satisfy the same AAA conditions, that all have the same angles inside of them. With SSA, generally speaking, with SSA, it's like AAA, where if we see SSA conditions, we don't necessarily know that the triangles are congruent. It might be that we can make a different triangle with the same SSA conditions. All right, with that in mind, again, that was a very quick overview. To really understand anything that I said there, you have to watch the video, which you will see in this section called Triangle, Congruence, and Uniqueness. All right, so with that in mind, I'm going to go over here and try some of these problems. Which two triangles are congruent by the SAS theorem? Complete the congruence statement. Okay, so now you got to be really careful here when you look at the dashes. So let's see. This side only has one dash. So this side is the same as this side, which also only has one dash. This side has two dashes. So this side is the same as this side, which also has two dashes, but it's also the same as this side, which has two dashes. This side has three dashes, so this side is not the same as any of these other sides. And this angle is the same as this angle, and should also be the same as this angle. So I can see that for this triangle over here, and for this triangle over here, these two triangles must be congruent. How do I know that? I know that because this side is the same as this one, and this side is the same as this one, and this angle is the same as this one. So what I have here are SAS conditions. When I have side angle side conditions, then I know that there's only one way to make a triangle that satisfies those conditions. So if I have two triangles here, they can't be different. They must be the same triangle. So I know that this triangle is the same as this one. So we're going to call this one EDF. And you have to be very careful here. So I went from, when I said EDF, that means I went from here, I went over the 1 dash line, then I went to D, and then I went over the 2 dash line. So I have to do the same thing for this one, which means I'm going to start at Y, and I'm going to go over the 1 dash line, and then over the 2 dash line, so that I'm going to call this one YWX. I think if you don't put these letters in the same way in this triangle and in this triangle, then it doesn't give you credit for it. I would, but IXL doesn't give you credit for it. So, okay, which two triangles are congruent by the SSS theorem? All right, so let's see. Again, we have, let's see what we have that's the same here. So here I have 1, 2, 4. Here I have 2, 3, 4. No, that's no good. Here I have 1, 2, 4. Okay, so this and this are the same, right? This and this are the same, and this and this are the same. Okay, so that's telling me that this side is the same as this side, and this side is the same as this one, and this side is the same as this one. Okay? So these triangles must be the same. In other words, if we know that all of the sides are the same, then all of the angles inside the triangle, inside the triangles, must also be exactly the same. Because when we have SSS conditions, there's only one way to make a triangle. So everything about these two triangles must be exactly the same. So they are congruent. So we're going to say, got to be very careful here. Let's go over 1, 4, 2. So I'm going to call this XZY. I'll do the same thing over here. 1, 1, 4, 2. So I'll go UWV. Okay. Next one. Which two triangles are congruent by the SAS theorem? All right. So, all right. So let's talk about this one. So for this one, this side is the same as this side, which is the same as this side. And this side is the same as this side, which is the same as this side. And this angle is the same as this angle, which is the same as this angle. So does that mean that all three of the triangles are congruent? That all three of the triangles are the same? No, it does not. Because if you notice, you got to look carefully here. For this triangle, this angle over here is not in between the two sides. Right? Let's go over, let's keep everything blue and yellow here. Okay, in this triangle, this angle is between the blue side and the yellow side. In this triangle also, this angle is between the blue side and the yellow side. However, in this triangle, this angle is not between the blue side and the yellow side. That would be over here. So this triangle might actually be different from these other two triangles. On the other hand, these two triangles must be exactly the same. Everything about them must be the same. Not just these two sides and this angle, but this angle and this angle, this side and this side must also be exactly the same. This angle must be the same as this angle, and this angle must be the same as this angle. If I know that these two triangles satisfy the same SAS conditions, then everything else about them must be the same also. So I can say that the two triangles are congruent. And let's call this one XWY. So I just went over 1 and then 2. So I have to do the same thing for this one. We'll call this V. What happened over here? What is that? Oh, T. Okay. So I'll call this one, go over 1 and then 2. VTU. XWY equals VTU. All right. Next question, which two triangles are congruent by the SAS theorem? Okay. Yeah, again, it's important to realize that in this triangle here, this angle is between this side and this side. Same as over here. This angle is between this side, side 1, and side 2. But in this triangle, the angle is not between side 1 and side 2. Okay, so this is like the last problem that we had. We have to be careful, even though they all look the same, and they have a lot of the same characteristics. So this side is the same as this one, which is the same as this one. But the triangles all around are not the same. So all the other parts of in other words, this green line, I know for sure that in these two triangles, this green line also, this green line must be exactly the same as this green line also. But I don't know that for this triangle, because these two triangles satisfy the same side angle side conditions. This one does not. So everything about this these two triangles are the same, but it's possible that for this triangle, this side is different from the green sides in the other triangles. And it's also possible that this angle here and this angle here are different from the two angles in the other triangles. So this one is not the same as the other ones. So we're just going to say, let's go over 1 and then 2. QRS, and then WXV over 1 and then over 2. Okay. All right, so we did another SSS problem earlier in this video. So I'm just going to end it there. There's no other level for this. All the other questions through a SMART score of 100, they're all pretty much the same. So there's no other level that I can jump to. So I'm going to end the video there. I hope that was helpful. If you have any questions, then just reach out. You can email me. You can send me a message on Jupiter. You can join my video conference from 12 to 1:30 every Monday through Friday. Have a great day.